You were tuned in to episode 32. Yes, episode 32 of the Goodfellas podcast. We got a full staff in today. VP Shane in the building. What's going on, good brother?
Salute.
We got my man BoxingFirst Vlog in the building. What's going on? I don't know what that was, but we gonna say that was a salute. that was a mid-air salute.
He's got planes around him. He's got planes.
Oh, he got the planes around him.
Why nigga? It's not birds. It's planes.
He went like this.
Yeah. Just only planes flop.
Man, big shout out to BoxingFirst Vlog, man. VP Shane, man. We in the building, man. We definitely got some things to cover today. I don't know how long we gonna be on, but y'all know how that go. Anthony Joshua has requested $40 million.
We haven't made a request. He hasn't made a request. Eddie Hearn said,
can you explain the story for us, Shane?
So in an interview, he was asked about the step aside, and he said around 40 million is probably what AJ will accept. Around 40 million.
Vlog, hearing that, I don't know if you heard that from the first time. Like, what's your initial thoughts on that?
I mean, that's a lot of money, bro, for a dude that ain't got no strap or a dude that's coming off a loss. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know. And I don't see where as though he's in a better position to really demand that money. When you got a rematch coming up, they got a fight going on. I'm confused.
Nah, he's asking 40 million to step aside to allow the undisputed to not fight. He's asking for 40 million to not fight.
Well, they talking Fury, Dillian Whyte. I mean, Dillian Whyte. How does that stop his rematch? I mean, I'm kind of confused now.
It was a statement before they ordered the WBC ordered the fight.
Oh, well, then it's irrelevant now.
No, but the fact that he's asking for 40 million, you kind of missing the concept of the question.
I get it, but it's, to me, I mean, I think it's null and void once you got a title shot for the WBC going on. Once they've got that developed, that's in traction. Then
the question he was asking, Jeff was asking, was what do you think? Like the fact that he asked for 40 million. That's my point.
I think it's atrocious, bro. He's not that guy. He was that guy. He can still be that guy, but at this current time, you're not that guy. So for you to be,
but does anyone deserve 40 million to step aside? I mean,
nobody in the heavyweight division. Nobody in the heavyweight division is at a $40 million paycheck level at this point in time. I don't even think 40 mil is.
Hey, listen, when the whole Wilder situation happened before the third fight happened with Fury, and they was talking about Wilder doing step aside, they said like $50 million. They said like $50
million.
That was the rumor that was flying around. So that's what I'm saying. This 40 is right along them same lines, man. I just think it just math wise, it doesn't make any sense. Like it's kind of like you might as well just say no. Like I don't want to step aside.
No, that's so stupid. You might as well just put him in the ring to fight and have a triple threat. Three dudes just boxing each other. Because I don't see, me being honest, I don't see the point of
when you say that, Jeff, when you say that that's reasonable, that makes me think back in the day. Now I know we all heard the story.
Who said reasonable? I didn't say reasonable.
I mean, when you compare it to what Wilder was possibly going to be paid.
No, I said that was the rumor. I didn't say reasonable.
Okay,
I said that was the rumor.
The rumor seems to be the norm of the era. This step aside money, this pay to be out of the picture sort of money is, I guess, reasonable for the era that we in. Could that be true? They just being
ridiculous, like you said earlier. They being ridiculous, like you said earlier. I agree with that.
I mean, it just brought a thought to me back when they said Lennox was so-called paid to step aside for Mike back in the day. And back then in the 90s, this was a $2 million payoff from what the word on the street was. So I guess the inflation, we from back then in the 90s at $2 million, now we at $40 and $50 million is
That's
All
a
right.
goddamn inflation, bro. That is great inflation.
We gotta find another word other than inflation. That's beyond inflation.
Bro,
Like
if AJ got paid 40 million to step aside, how much is that fight generating? That's what I want to know. Because
nothing.
he could arguably getting paid, he could arguably be getting paid more than both fighters combined
Can
to
I
not
bring some
fight.
context? Can I bring some context to that? Like let's take the let's take the numbers from the Andy Ruiz and AJ fight. So Andy Ruiz got what 15?
Yeah,
AJ got what like 80? So that's $95 million for them two. So AJ's gonna get pretty much half in the best case scenario. Like you
and
know what I mean?
he's not
He's
getting
not
paid.
fighting, and he's not fighting.
He's not
Like
fighting.
it doesn't make sense. Like Vlog said, it's ridiculous. Like you might as well
Ridiculous.
just say like, yo, we're not stepping aside. Let's set a date. Except for saying some wild number like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's absolutely crazy, man. Jamie Leroy in the building, man. Big shout out to you, family. Said, hey boys, WBC have ordered the fight with Tyson versus Dillian. That's actually our other topic for today. I mean, it's only so much you can say about 40 million. I don't want to pay the nigga 40,000 to be honest with you. Real rap, you know what I'm saying? But man, listen, the WBC has ordered Tyson Fury
What's the
versus
split?
Dillian Whyte. I don't know the split. What they did say is that they basically ordered the fight and they're ordering negotiations. So they probably got a 30 to 45 day gap to get it done. And if they don't get it done, you already know what's going to happen.
What's gonna happen?
Purse bid, and then Eddie Hearn's going to win it.
But what's
Am
the
I
split?
lying?
No, that's gonna happen. But what's the split?
I don't know what the split. If they're negotiating it, it's up to them to determine the split. The
What
split only comes into effect when
now? If it goes to purse bids, what do you think the split will be?
for the WBC traditionally it's what is it? WBC is I don't. It's not 60-40.
Well,
It's
they in their rule book, when an interim champion is mandatory, he can get up to. So he can. This ain't definite, but he can get up to 45%.
yeah. I think it'll probably be a 60-40, probably.
How much do you think Dylan White deserves?
Between the 35 to 40 range.
They were trying to get this dude to sign 20%.
Nah, that's not. It's not fair. That's not fair. That's not reasonable. Let's say that's not a because it's kind of like 20 is your start off point. I mean, hell, is he going to negotiate down to what 8%, 9? Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you think? What do you think? Bob Arum will do if Eddie Hearn won the purse bid? Does he send Tyson Fury over to Matchroom, or does he just relinquish the strap?
Does he have one more fight with Bob?
Yeah, one more.
No, he probably sending because he can't guarantee another bag after that. He was sending.
I got a question. Just to keep it on the same topic. I thought Tyson Fury was claiming never to fight in England again. So where would this fight be taking place?
He also said he would never fight Wilder again. So you can take it how you want.
This nigga lie like a rug, man.
I think personally, now when you said what is Dillian worth, I think it's 65-35 deal. It should be nice. 65-35, fair. You know, Fury is the
that's what I said.
35-40. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I think that's fair.
I mean,
what that will come out to be in millions, I have no freaking idea.
Yeah, my boo Kiki is in the building, man. Big shout out to Kiki.
Now, this is where I feel like Bob Arum going to use his intelligence. Now, if Bob Arum wins the purse bid, Bob Arum then has to stage the fight and then if Fury wins, he could potentially go into the undisputed fight as a free agent. So therefore, Bob Arum loses out on that Saudi Arabia money. If Bob Arum sends him over, that fight ain't on the top rank, and he still gets the Saudi Arabia money. So Bob Arum's gonna do everything in his power so it's not on the top rank. Because if it's on the top rank, there's nothing that makes Tyson Fury sign after this. He can just go directly to the source and get a bag.
Correct. 100% correct. Yeah, Bob Arum he's just gonna have his palms greased up, ready for the bag to come in, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking 60. I'm saying 65-35. 60-40 is respectable. Anywhere in that range, I feel like it's respectable. Where the fight gonna take place, who knows? Because I think with that type of money on the table, he will magically get a license to fight. Am I correct, Shane?
Oh yeah, he'll get a
Yeah,
license.
yeah, he'll get a license real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I got a quick question, and I'll get up out of here. With this negotiation thing happening, is it plausible to think that Fury and them won't allow it to be a purse bid, that they'll make like they'll get something done? You think Fury is in a go ahead position, like he just wants to work, or y'all think he's gonna play the long game?
You want to answer that, Shane, or you want me to take it?
Yeah, no, I can answer that. There is no benefit for Tyson Fury nor Bob Arum to make a deal before it goes to purse bid, and because at the end of the day, when you got the ace in the hole in the fact that both fighters want as much money for the fight as possible, plus it's about where can the fight generate the most money. The UK is where it's going to generate the most money. Bob Arum knows for a fact he has no UK affiliation, so really and truly selling the fight is going to be real difficult. So it going purse bid kind of just makes the fighters get overpaid and both promoters get more money. Like, there's no way Bob Arum gets this fight on top rank. I can't see how.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to go in and just make the deal. Just purse bids can get messy. If it goes a purse bid, you might as well just hand Eddie Hearn the fight. You might as well just hand it to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna outbid everybody. And I don't think Tyson Fury and them want that, so I think they're gonna negotiate a deal. I think they're gonna make a deal.
I Shane is saying, but I tend to lean with Jeff on this particular question for my personal answering my own question. I tend to think that he's going to want some kind of control, and if you let it go to purse bid and it really goes all the way fully into the hands of a Matchroom production, he's not going to want to be puppeted around. He got enough of that moxie in him that he'll fight and go against the grain and put the fight off just like he did with the trilogy bout. So,
but I could put in if you're Eddie Hearn and Dylan White suspected, Eddie Hearn's gonna know that he can bid for this fight and get the fight on Matchroom. He's gonna get Tyson Fury on the zone for the first time. You're gonna have to offer something real substantial for you to not make Eddie Hearn get it. Because all I'll say is no, let it go purse bid. I'll play hardball. If I was Eddie Hearn, I'll play hardball all the way to purse bid because I know I'm gonna win it. So they're gonna have to do something to actually make Eddie Hearn want to sign before.
That's why I think he's gonna get 40%. I think he's gonna get 40%. Actually, it'll be a disappointment if he don't get 40% and it doesn't go to purse bid.
Now,
if he gets anything less than 40,
sense.
then it don't make it. He might as well go to purse bid and take his chances.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's actually a smart way to think of it. Because if you think about it, if they offer him and say, yo, 20%, he's gonna be like, no, I'll take it purse bid. 25, no, I'll take it purse bid. If they offer him 40, then he's like, you know what? I might take that.
Right.
They're gonna have to offer him something substantial because if they don't, Eddie Hearn's gonna put up the money.
Or it gotta be if in vlogs numbers, if it's 35%, it gotta be 35 and some upside. Gotta be 35 and some upside.
Me, the upside bill would be to put the actual promotional fees and the cost and all of that, put that on Top Rank. You know what I mean? To kind of save some money for Matchroom still actually bringing in the bag for it not going to purse bid. There have to be some sort of back, under the table
But
sort of deal.
then how do Top Rank make their money back?
Off
Because
of
it ain't pay per view. Huh?
Off the ESPN box, because they do have certain fights where they have
How
those
much
small.
people are gonna buy that in America? Probably 5, 6 people, maybe 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's why I asked the question, man. I wouldn't know which way to go if in either position. I mean, if I'm Dillian, I could play hardball, go to first bid, take some more upfront money in the original deal. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know how Bob and them is gonna make money off of Fury being his last fight with them, but them actually not selling it on their platform. So it's just tricky, man.
Hey,
it's
Vlog,
tricky.
what about this? They'd be better off taking the same approach they did with the Tiafimo fight, really just getting a flat fee up front and letting somebody else pay all the money for the promotion and all that other stuff, all the
That's a
behind the
smart.
scenes
Yeah,
stuff.
doing that, but
That's
they
what I
still
think is gonna
have
happen, though.
I
saving for
think
that
so
last
too.
fight, right?
Huh?
They're not still saving for the last fight for Bob.
Yeah. So when he lost the purse bid to Triller had to cut him that check. So what happened is when Triller defaulted, the zone essentially was responsible for that check. You know what I'm saying? So they'd be better off doing that because
That's
that's
what
the
I
only way
think is
they can
gonna happen, though.
guarantee a profit.
That's
Guarantee
what
a
I was
profit.
trying to say. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because if they put the money up, there's no way they can guarantee. Plus, it don't make the money. Like that fact does 1 million buys in the UK. It doesn't do 1 million buys in America.
Bro, it
It
don't
doesn't
do
even do.
it don't
It don't
do
even do 100.
10,000. It won't do 10,000 here. For real. Because everybody is streaming. It's not a disrespect like the fight, not a good fight.
No,
Just
I get
everybody
what you
going to
mean.
stream it. That's how we do in the States, man. Jamie Leroy, AJ versus Tyson in a country like Saudi will generate some serious money. Was hearing both fighters were guaranteed
Yeah, I heard
75
that as well.
million. Yeah, I heard the same thing. Kiki, what I do? I don't know. Jamie Leroy, does Usyk have a chance against Tyson? Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. It's just I think the good big man gonna beat the good little man, but does he have a shot directly answering your question? Absolutely.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Mhm.
He's got more shot of winning. AJ against Usyk or Dylan White against Fury?
Dillian Whyte versus Fury. Easily. Dillian Whyte versus Fury. What you think, Vlog?
I think it's 50-50.
Here you go with this on the fence shit, man. Which one is it?
I think each dude, because if we see the dog in AJ, he can beat Usyk. He can walk Usyk down. He has the physical
That is a
tools.
big if, bro. That is a big if.
But no, I'm saying he has the physical tools to do it. So it's not like I'm saying if, and we don't know if he bringing something to the table. I'm saying if with him just have his moxie, a mental thing. So that's 50-50 that we get that sort of fight. So that gives AJ the chance to win. Dillian Whyte, to me, if he got to be smart, bro. If he's reckless against Fury, so again, it's a mental fight for both of them. In my estimation on them winning, they have to win the mental battle first. So for Dillian Whyte, it's just being smart. For AJ, it's manning up. So that's why I say it's 50-50, really. Because we know boxing is mostly a mental thing. You're talking 85%, 75% of it being a mental sport. So if their minds is right, it gives each of them an opportunity in each fight.
Go on, Jeff.
I think it's definitely Dillian Whyte over Fury. Couple reasons why. For AJ to get a victory against Usyk, to even be competitive against Usyk, even beyond having the dog in him, a clean fighter is not going to beat Usyk. You understand what I'm saying? Like a clean fighter is not going to beat Usyk. And AJ, even when he was showing dog in him, offensively, he's very clean.
Clean.
He's very, very clean. And for the people that don't know what I'm talking about, very clean is this. Clean is basically not roughing up on the inside. not
Brandon
throwing shots to the
Figueroa is
hits.
the opposite of clean.
Yeah, Brandon Figueroa is the opposite of clean. Like a Chino Maidana is the opposite of clean. Isaac Cruz Gonzalez is the opposite of
Opposite of
clean.
clean.
Yeah, like AJ won't make it messy. He won't use his physical tools to his advantage against a Usyk. That's the main reason why I don't like the matchup for AJ. He has all the tools. He doesn't know how to use them. You understand what I'm saying? And then with Dillian Whyte, I think Dillian Whyte, if he's gonna get a victory against Tyson Fury, now is the time to do it. Because regardless of Tyson Fury winning 2 of the 3 fights against Wilder, those fights take something out of you. Those fights take something out of you. You're going up against a guy that's cracking like that. The physical investment, the emotional investment, the knockdowns, things of that nature. Tyson Fury's not the same guy as he was before he started fighting Wilder. He's
And
not the same
and
guy.
there's a high chance he overlooks.
And there's a big chance he's going to overlook Dillian Whyte. And on top of that, from a scheme standpoint, a lot of the shots that Wilder was hitting Fury with, I think Whyte can have similar success because he's going to be starting his combos from the body and bringing them up top.
Yeah.
So those overhands is going to be available for Dillian Whyte. So from a scheme standpoint, I like Dillian Whyte's chances. And from just a mentality standpoint, I like Dillian Whyte's chances. To answer your question, I think Dillian Whyte for sure. I could see AJ getting blown out again. I could really see him getting blown out again.
Getting stopped. I can see
he could get stopped.
He could get stopped. I can see AJ getting stopped.
He could get stopped.
I actually might predict a stoppage in the fantasy league. I'm being dead serious.
He could be stopped. He could definitely be stopped. Let me throw this question out there since we're on the topic. If I know Shane's answer to this, I'm more interested in Vlog's answer. Hypothetically,
Jeff, before you go there, let me just say this real quick about AJ. Is or is he not the rematch king?
Hell no. Why?
Yeah, because he rematched Ruiz. He's rematching Usyk. Who else did he rematch?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, but that's all. Well, his last 2, but it seemed like he's had more than what he's actually had.
Yeah, he's only had one rematch and one. He's only had one rematch.
Yeah, one rematch. Yeah. Well, he got back almost back-to-back situations. So, I
don't know. Go ahead, but anyway, go ahead, Jeff. My bad. I ain't.
You good. If Usyk beats AJ and Usyk beats the winner of Fury and Dillian Whyte, is he first ballot Hall of Fame?
Right.
Let Vlog go first.
No,
he's not. Okay. Can I get why?
This is the weakest era of the heavyweight division in the history of boxing.
I disagree.
So you telling me that this is the
previous era was weaker. Just because it's not the best doesn't mean it's the weakest. The previous era was weaker. And I could also argue the mid to early 80s was weaker as well.
I don't know. I mean, I think we got about 4 heavyweights that are real headliners. Bunch of other guys that are real inconsistent.
Name me some headliners in the era before this, in the Klitschko era.
We still had what's the name? Was still working. Klitschko. Well, you had both of them really. So
that's it.
Mean, I kind of get. I kind of but I equate this to extended a 20+ year run of bad heavyweight fighting from the mid 90s, early 2000s. So I equate it to a long extended run from when you're speaking of up till now.
Okay, but you can also look at the early to mid 80s where you only had one great fighter, which was one of my favorite heavyweights of all time, if not my favorite, which is Larry Holmes. That's it.
Yeah, Witherspoon. You had a few.
But what are we saying? Witherspoon's better than Fury? Witherspoon's better than Usyk? Will be better than Wilder? Come on, bro. We're not saying those stuff.
I don't know, boy. That boy
Oh,
might have got
come
with
on,
Usyk.
bro.
He might have got with Usyk. Wilder, I mean, Fury and them might be a little bit sizey for him, but I think Usyk, yeah, Witherspoon might have beat.
But
beat the
even
brakes off Usyk.
Rocky Marciano's era, I'd say was weak. Rocky Marciano's era, I'd say was weak, bro. I'll be honest. Rocky Marciano took on
for that era.
He took on
bro.
Edward Charles, who was in his 50s. He took on Joe Lewis, who was in his 50s. He took on all of these guys in his 50s. And he wasn't even a heavyweight. He's fighting at 186. There's no way Rocky Marciano beats a Fury, Wilder, or AJ, or Usyk. No way.
A vlog. So is the reason why Usyk wouldn't be a Hall of Famer is because of the era and not him?
Yeah, it's not him. I like his style, I like his accomplishment, but look who you did it against. It wasn't the killer of killers. Now, if he did that against Deontay, I'd give him more props because it's a better physical matchup. Fury,
but I don't understand that.
Fury beat Wilder.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand that logic.
I said Usyk. I said if Usyk beat Deontay that way, the way he beat AJ is plausible because AJ's not a killer.
No. Jeff said if he beat Fury.
No, I said if he beats Fury. I said if he beats AJ again and then he beats the winner of Fury and Whyte, is he a Hall of Famer? I think you want to give it to him. I think you do.
Nah, I think he got to be. All right, I'll give you this. If he can beat one or two of the young upstarts, the Jared Andersons, a couple cats like that.
Why would Jared Anderson put you in the Hall of Fame though?
You got to defend. I mean, I can't give you rolling through a dude like Fury.
Can I ask you a question, Blunt? Can I ask you a question? If Wilder had beaten Fury, would he be a Hall of Famer?
No. I would need AJ body. I would need a Jared Anderson, a young upstart, a young killer. I need that on your resume. Talking Hall of Fame because you've beaten the current.
So can I ask you a question? Was Mike Tyson a Hall of Famer?
Based on accomplishment, yes. 19 years of age, knocking out grown ass fucking men.
Who did he beat?
He beat your boy, Bruno.
Okay, Bruno is a better win than Fury.
For the era, yeah, because Mike was a kid.
Oh my gosh, bro, you don't believe that. You don't believe that.
Mike was a kid. So
bro,
you got him in there against 38, 35-year-old grown men.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that. You don't. Jeff, do you believe that? Bruno's a better win than Fury.
Nah.
You don't believe that, bro. You don't believe that. You don't believe
Fury too much credit, man. I'm not giving Fury all his credit, bro. I'm just not.
Bro.
You don't believe that, bro.
Hold on. Yo, the reason I asked you that question, vlog, is because Usyk would technically be the undisputed king of the two heaviest divisions in the sport. So it wouldn't matter if you said he's too small and should be fighting the cruiserweight, or he's fighting the giants. In that scenario, he would be the king of cruiserweight and heavyweight. And he took out, right? Hold on. And he took out the top 2 to 3 guys in each of those divisions to get there. That's why I asked.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it.
I think that trumps a Jared Anderson type fight afterwards. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I worded it the way I did. Bro.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be shocking. If he done that, when you mention the likes of Lennox, when you mention the likes of Evander, when you mention the likes of Mike, you mention the likes of Larry Holmes, Joe Lewis, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, you have to mention Usyk. You'd have to. 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 You'd have to.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. It's not Usyk hate. It's just I'm not there yet, bro. That's all I can say. I can't say that it's not a plausible thing. I can't say that you guys is wrong if they choose and done it. The boxing writers, whoever puts these cats in that situation. But for me, I need a bit more because you're recycling. You beating dudes that have already lost. So
Fury hasn't lost. Fury hasn't lost.
Fury lost against Wilder in the first fight, and Fury's a fucking cheat. So if you beat him, I'm not putting you high on the accomplishment ladder of beating somebody that's iffy when it comes to the game in itself. You see what I'm saying? So
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. If he beat Fury and AJ, I just feel like he's accomplished everything in the sport of boxing. There's nobody left to turn. There's no
when
more
have you
things
ever
left to
heard
turn.
of a dude beating 2 fighters and making it to the Hall of Fame?
But he hasn't beaten 2 fighters. He became undisputed at cruiserweight.
That's what you basically saying. If he beat Fury and AJ,
In addition to what he's already done, in addition to the fact that he's a 2-time Olympian, won Olympic gold medal, won a world championship, and he was 337 wins in the amateurs.
I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't respect none of that Olympic shit. That shit is too janky. That shit is too red tape.
Fight,
I don't respect the Olympics.
He won every single fight clearly. He won every single fight clearly.
I'm not ranking, and then the competition from over there is not at what the competition is from here. So you take 10 fighters from here, you're going to get 4 of them that's going to be
There
dogs.
was American fighters in it. What are you talking about? There was American fighters in the Olympics. Hunter was in the Olympics, and he beat Hunter.
Okay, Michael Hunter is not ranked high at the heavyweight division right now. So beating Michael Hunter at cruiserweight, heavyweight, I'm not giving you mad accomplishment.
America had no other better heavyweight at the time. Name me another better heavyweight that was in the amateurs. Nobody.
Again, so you telling me because the competition is terrible, we should advance him to the Hall of Fame?
No, because the competition is just terrible in America. And it's been like that for years. I went to America and they told me that you guys don't produce good heavyweights. They told me that because everybody plays basketball.
We know this, and I agree somewhat with you, but we still have some young cats that are not getting the light, but they will starting soon on the channel. We're going to start digging more into the crates because this shit is terrible, and I'm not pushing this dude to no Hall of Fame for beating Fury and AJ.
I feel like that. I feel every American does this because he's not American. That's just the truth. If he was American, he would be a Hall of Famer. He'll be a Hall of Famer right now.
Not to me. I don't think he could be Helene.
He would be.
I don't think he could be Helene.
Hey, bro.
I don't think he could be Helene. He
can
beat Jerry Forrest.
A vlog. Where do you have Fury and AJ ranked in the heavyweight division right now?
I gotta have Fury at the top 2 to 3 because he's a belt holder.
So he's number one. He's number one.
Gotta give it to Usyk because he has the belts. I recognize belt holders. I'm just not recognizing him for Hall of Fame based on those 2 names.
But you recognize Mike Tyson for Hall of Fame. I don't understand.
Because Mike Tyson did what somebody will never do. We'll never see a 19-year-old heavyweight champion in the world.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever seen a 4-belt holder in the cruiserweight era?
The cruiserweight division is one of the most obscure divisions in boxing because of what you guys stated earlier. There's so many other sports to play that's a tweener. You could be in basketball at 170. You could be on the football field at 170.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Range, that cruiserweight to get you right for that cruiserweight race. It's just a division I don't recognize to be like, oh, what he did in that division is so Hall of Famous because the roster's so long.
So why is Evander Holyfield a Hall of Fame? Because he was an undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight. Usyk would have done the exact same thing. He would have just done it faster, and he would have done it with no losses.
But he don't beat Evander, so you know what I mean.
You're basing that on what you think. Base it on accomplishments, as you just said. You base things on accomplishments, so base it on accomplishments, as you just said.
Again, and if we stop at the heavyweight division, those 2 names don't get you in the front door based on my resume.
A vlog.
Name me 2 wins that Holyfield had. Name me 2 wins that Holyfield had. You're gonna say Tyson, and you're gonna say Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe beat him twice. Riddick Bowe had beat him twice, and Lennox Lewis had beat him. So he had lost way more elite fights at heavyweight than he had won. Whereas Usyk had lost nothing. at heavyweight nor cruiserweight.
Okay, bro. He beat Derek Chisora. He beat everybody over there. He hasn't beaten no Americans outside of Michael Hunter, who is not a killer at the
But you,
division.
America, I no offense to him because you guys know how much I love American boxing, but you guys don't have good heavyweights. You have one good up and coming heavyweight, which is Jared Anderson. Other than that, you got Wilder. He got wiped by Fury twice. So I don't know what else who do you want him to beat? Trevor Bryan. I don't know who you want him to beat. Brian Jennings.
Jared Anderson is only 9-0. Like he's still in. He got diapers on right now.
You know what? Do you know what?
He
You
got
know
on
what
diapers
was doing
right
at
now.
9-0. You know what Usyk was doing at 9-0. You know what Usyk was doing at 9-0.
What's that?
He was undisputed champion at 10-0, unified champion at 9-0. No fighter's ever done it that far.
Again, so if you
No
undisputed champion at 9-0, that tells me something about the division, bro.
No,
that
tells
tells
you
me something about the division,
that
bro.
tells you
That's
that
all
he
I'm
was that
saying.
good. Nobody
No,
else
that the
could do it.
division is that weak.
No,
I
because
can
if it
see
was
it
that
that
weak,
way.
someone else would do it. If it was that weak, someone else would do it. If it was that weak, someone else would have done it.
Maybe the people that's in the division ain't taking it that serious to be acting like it's worth the glory that you're giving it. So if the people in the division ain't chasing the gold that way, is it really worth it? Well, if Shane's out, it is, because Shane thinks this shit is fucking legendary, Hall of Fame S type shit in this garbage ass cruiserweight division, bro. Fucking stop it, Shane.
The cruiserweight division is, to me, the cruiserweight division is better than 135. You wanna know why? Because they fight each other. That's why. They fight each other. The best fight the best in cruiserweight. The best don't fight the best at 135. So what are you talking about? You're defending. What do we want as fight fans? Do we want to see more fights where you see the best first, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth best, or do you want to see the best versus the best? In 2 years, the dude fought the best fighters in the cruiserweight division. That's what he done.
Vlog, can I let me ask you something real quick, bro.
No.
I've been nice today. I've been nice today. I've been nice today. Is there a scenario where you would say, give me a scenario where you'd be like, all right, if he does this, Usyk makes the Hall of Fame. I'm curious now.
After that though, bro.
So okay, so you said okay. So I'm
a couple more victories in this heavyweight run.
Okay,
give me a couple more.
Give me three. Give me three names that'll be sufficient for you
right now. If y'all got him beating AJ the first time, more than likely he should beat AJ again. You know what I mean? So chances are that's only one name. I'm not giving you beat him twice. You beat him the first time. You know what I mean? You should have beat him again. So I can't give him that credit. I need two more.
Okay.
I'm giving Chisora because Chisora's a beast. He's a problem. He did come to fight that night. And old boy was on his bicycle, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't never seen a big man ride no 10-speed like that, boy. He was real nice with it. He was on this Lance Armstrong out that motherfucker, but that's just another story. Like I said, a Jared Anderson. Give me a solid veteran name like Jerry Forrest. You know what I mean? Somebody like that. Maybe even a Takum. You know what I mean? I need you to show me.
Can I run with that? Can I
some decent guys?
What about your boy Karnaki?
Shane, let me run with that. I want to run with that.
There we go. I was getting ready to say that. The run that Helenius is on, if you could beat Helenius and stop this run he been on since, I think he been on like a 4-fight run right now.
No, only 3, bro. Only 3.
Or 4. I thought it was 4. But anyway, still a nice little run. That's a name for you. He done jumped up in the rankings. I need that.
Okay, so you need them 3 names, possibly them.
I don't need
4.
a Parker. I don't need a Junior Fly. I don't need none of these.
I want to run with what you said. I want to run with what you said. I want to run with what he said. So Jared, I'm not gonna be disrespectful, bro.
I'm talking to him.
Oh, Shane, don't be disrespectful, Shane. All right. So listen. So Jared Anderson, right? Now I'm painting this picture because you're telling me this is what you need for him to be Hall of Fame. All right. Yeah. So Jared Anderson is 9-0. He's 9-0. He's 9-0. He has diapers on right now. Like he's a baby in the heavyweight division. Like he's the true definition of a prospect. Okay, so we like him though. We love Jared.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a talent, but he got diapers on right now. That's number one. Your man, Mr. Forrest. Forrest may. I don't think Forrest may not even be top 30. He may not be top. He may not be top 30.
Is Jerry Forrest? Has he got a fight in his last 2 fights or 3 fights? Win.
This came off an upset victory.
Who?
He just won recently.
So yeah. So he beat. Okay. So he beat.
Who did he beat?
Michael Coffey.
Oh yeah, no, you beat Michael Coffey. Yeah, that's
but
true.
Michael Coffey wasn't in my top 25. So we got Jared Anderson, 9-0 prospect. We got Jerry Forrest. I don't think he's in anybody's top 25 or top 30, even though we like him. And then we got a Carlos Takam. Who's
coming off 2 defeats.
Who's coming off of 2 defeats, and he may not be in people's top 25. So I said all that to say this. Those 3 fights that you want to solidify a Hall of Fame status for Usyk, I'm just letting you know a second victory over AJ and the winner of Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte trumps those other 3. It trumps those other 3. Like, he don't even need those other 3.
Okay, now arguing this with you guys, I never said I would win this particular back and forth banter, but at the same time, I got to stand on my kahunas, baby. That dude is okay, man. He ain't done it yet, bro. Again,
he's a pound for pound best fighter.
Hold up. First of all, y'all acting like he knocked out Chisora. Y'all acting like he knocked out AJ. I'm just saying.
Can I respond to that?
Go on.
Yo, so a vlog.
We're gonna get in the comments in a second.
I'm gonna get in the comments in a second, but
for those who just jumped in, he's trying to basically justify why Usyk. He just flexing his hate.
I'm gonna explain the whole situation in a minute, but we can't have it both ways. You said he didn't knock out Chisora. He didn't knock out AJ. How much does Usyk weigh? How much does he weigh, Shane?
He heavyweight champ and he Hall of Fame. That's what y'all said. We ain't getting
220.
Weight.
No, hold on. No, hold on. Listen to where I'm going. Listen to where I'm going with it. Because I'm gonna quote you. I'm quoting you, right? How much was Wilder in this fight against Fury?
230. 239.
He was basically 240, right?
Yeah.
The man that's in the bottom of this screen. Did he not say?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going.
Yep.
Did you not say that Wilder was too light in the ass? He was too light, and he shouldn't be fighting anybody
in the same weight class as Tyson.
They're not in the same weight class.
To justify why you know. Now someone lighter than you goes and beats the dude that Wilder couldn't beat.
I said that in reference to the other fighter being 400 pounds.
But he wasn't 400 pounds. The thing is, bro, so the weight difference was 40 pounds, right? The weight difference is 40 pounds. The weight difference between Usyk and AJ was about 30.
But we're talking about if Usyk beats Fury, bro. We're talking about if Usyk beats Fury. If Usyk beats Fury, the weight class is even bigger. But he still wouldn't.
I know, but I'm going off of his comment. He said, "Yo, he didn't knock Chisora out. He didn't knock AJ out.
Chisora was 255, and
Chisora was 255. AJ was 250. The weight differences is 30 to 35 pounds, right? 30 to 35 pounds. You said Usyk didn't knock neither one of them out. Y'all acting like he knocked both of them out. He didn't. Wilder was in the same position. 5-pound difference in regards to the weight difference. And you said he belongs in a whole different division. So I can't let you get away with. You can't give me 2 of them. You got to pick one, baby. You can't give me 2 of them. And I'm quoting your phrase. So you can't get out of this ditch.
Okay, but again, you doing that as if I'm saying he can't beat that big dude.
No,
I never said that.
You said knockout.
No, y'all, but y'all so impressed as if he did come into the heavyweight division banging on such a level that what is we even talking about? Why we don't have a red carpet already laid out for him to go to the Hall of Fame?
I did.
That's my point.
Let me tell you what I did.
When you was rolling out your red carpet for him, I was at the other end putting the lighter fluid and burning that motherfucker up while you keep
No, I did. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? I told Usyk to the same standards I hold every fight. Let me tell you what standard that is. When you go to a weight class, clean out the division. Maximize your talent. There's nothing this dude hasn't done in the sport. You can't name me one thing that this dude hasn't done. You can say that he hasn't knocked this person up, but he's beaten everybody that he can possibly beat. He's taken on the hardest level of competition that's been available to him, and he's passed with flying colors. There's nothing else you can ask him to do. What else can you ask him to do? You can't ask him to do anything else.
I did. I've asked him to do several things.
What's that?
I've asked him to do several things.
Yeah, I heard him.
That?
Jerry Forrest.
I don't think he could beat Robert Helenius. Score up now.
But blunt. I'm talking about up to this point, because you're forgetting he's a mandatory to AJ, so he has an obligation. He has done everything that's been asked him up to this point. He's done everything. Okay. You can't.
I never took none of that from him. When you say here presented all of that,
let me land. Let me land. There's no other fighter, and I was saying this to Jeff the other day. There's no other fighter in the sport that has done every single thing that we've asked of them. Every other fighter has an asterisk. Every other fighter in the sport has an asterisk. Every other fighter has an asterisk next to the name. Every other one, other than Usyk, and that's a fact. There's no other fighter in the sport that can say they've done everything up to this point. No other fighter.
That's untrue. Sean Porter has the best resume in the game.
But he lost.
And he
so
just
I asked him to win. I asked him to win. That's what I want you to do as a champion, win, and he didn't. So next, name me another name. We can go through this, bro. We can go this all night. Name your name that's done everything that's asked of him.
Has to be done everything. Now you never said that you gotta win when I asked you to do everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for.
So, you put him in these weak ass scenarios that he's in, the weak ass Olympics, the corrupt ass Olympics. You telling me about
name a scenario that you would have preferred.
Hold up. We listen to you. Let the OG rant for a minute right now, because you giving this dude too much credit, bro. And I ain't saying the dude ain't nice, but bro, he ain't that guy. He ain't that guy, bro. Stop it, bro. Just stop it. He beating up a bunch of European dudes, bro. He ain't over here cleaning up house. I ain't never seen him over here.
Not good. Because America ain't good at heavyweight. That's why. America's not good at heavyweight. That's why.
We ain't that good. Since we not that good. So, okay, bro, since we're not that good, then it should be real easy for him to clean up any of the future prospects.
No,
since he's going to go on this run. Hold on, bro. Since he's going to go on this run and set up the Hall of Fame carpet walk, we'll just add a couple of little youngsters that ain't shit. Put them on there then. And then, you know what? Then I might sit back and rethink it for this dude. But until then, this dude ain't shit, man. This dude beating up a dude that everybody in Europe already questioned.
So
y'all already had the questions about this.
Let me ask you a question. Is any prospect coming out of America have more pedigree than Joe Joyce, or anywhere near Joe Joyce in terms of accomplishments, in terms of fighters coming out of America, young fighters coming up? Is there anyone? Just one.
No, I've keep it solid, bro. Y'all got it cracking with the heavyweight scene right now. That's cool. But he ain't beat Joe Joyce.
Beat him.
He ain't beat nobody Joe Joyce.
He beat Joe Joyce.
He ain't beat Daniel Dubois.
He beat Joe Joyce. He beat Joe Joyce.
Bro.
He beat Joe Joyce. He beat Joe Joyce. What are you talking about? He beat Joe Joyce.
Beat Joe Joyce?
Yes, he beat Joe Joyce. He beat Joe Joyce.
In the amateurs?
Before Joe Joyce went to the Olympics, he beat Joe Joyce. Before
Okay,
John
again,
Joyce went to the
don't
Olympics,
talk
he
to me
beat
about no
Joe Joyce.
corrupt ass Olympics.
It
I don't
wasn't.
want to
It
hear
wasn't
about no
corrupt
corrupt
because
ass
he
Olympics,
beat him.
bro.
You haven't seen the fight, so that's why you're saying it's corrupt. He beat him comprehensively. He absolutely destroyed him. He won every single second of every single round. You can watch the fight. He beat him comprehensively.
That's cool. That was the Joe Joyce then. We talking about the Joe Joyce that the world see and knows right now. Until he do that right now, I ain't impressed. I'm not impressed with none of that fucking bicycle work doing that he do. Now you say he came and took the fight to AJ, you ain't knocking him out. Again, I'm still not impressed, bro. And you beating up Europeans, bro.
Which are better than Americans in the heavyweight division. Which are better than
He
Americans in the
can't beat
heavyweight
Jared
division.
Anderson right now. He can't beat Jared Anderson right now.
I'll bet you a grand.
Nah,
I'll
I
bet
bet
you
the
a grand.
fucking mortgage on it, bro.
I
bet
gotta
the
disagree.
mortgage on it, bro.
I'll bet you a
Vlog,
grand.
I gotta disagree with that. I don't. Jared Anderson ain't ready yet. He not ready yet. He's not ready yet. He's too young. I'm not saying that he can in the future. Right now, I'm not picking nobody 9-0 and ain't really fought nobody to beat the creme of the creme. I wouldn't pick Jared Anderson over anybody in the top 5 right now. He has to go through the same process we ask any other prospect to go through. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give it. He not gonna get the boots treatment. He's not gonna get the boots treatment from me.
I'm stomped down for my side, bro. So again,
Hey Shane, can you
goddamn future Hall of Fame World two division world title holder comes over this side, blesses us with his presence, does work. An OG like me is not
beat Hunter. He beat Hunter. He beat Hunter.
And you gonna make me start giving him the cold shoulder.
He beat Hunter, bro. He beat Hunter. He's from America. He beat Hunter. He's from America. Is Hunter not from America? And he beat him in America as well, just so you know. He beat Hunter in America as well.
At cruiserweight, bro, not impressed with that. Cruiserweight division sucks.
That's because you don't watch it. That's why you say that. Because you don't watch it.
Yeah,
hey Shane,
it ain't on no pay-per-view. It ain't on nobody's.
Can you run through the comments, Shane?
That's a casual. That's what casuals will say. So you're a casual.
Can you run through the comments?
Casuals understand boxing is what I'm doing.
Yeah, start from there.
Respect is earned. He beat Ali. I don't know who you're talking about. He beat many men. I don't know who you're talking about. What's good? That's respect.
L-Dub the plug.
L-Dub, shout out to you, bro. Usyk fought Chad Witherspoon in his first fight at heavyweight. That's a fact. Salute, fam.
My God, Bruce Goes. Big shout
What's
out
up,
to him.
fellows? Shout out to Willie G.
Willie G.
Vlog, you talking about Forrest and Usyk already beat Hunter. Exactly. But you don't listen. How about Big Bang Zhang? He's up and coming. Zhang is rubbish, bro. Zhang is rubbish. Zhang is absolute trash.
He's a gimmick, bro, but he got hands. If he land and he got size, I'm just saying, but he will get touched. That motherfucker is not avoiding a goddamn sneeze, homie. Can't get out the way of a sneeze, motherfucker. So,
but Blunt does this to troll, because Blunt is. If we had a troll of the year award,
yo, he's not trolling. Yo, he's not trolling on this one. He's not trolling on this one. He's not trolling on this one.
He's dead
serious. That ain't working. It ain't working. I can't hear y'all.
This guy. Bro,
keep reading the comments.
No, that's the last one. That was the last one.
That was the last one?
But yeah, but this is my point with everyone in it. I'm gonna keep running with the Usyk train in it, because at the end of the day, this guy's accomplished more than any other fighter in modern day. In the current landscape of boxing, he's achieved the most. So I'm not gonna can't take anything.
He ain't got the bag. I can tell you that. He ain't got the bag.
Jake Paul has the bag, but what does that mean?
Good comeback.
Jake, you can't talk to me about that.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
This real boxing, bro. This real boxing. So that's comical relief shit over there.
You know who has the bag, bro? You know who has the bag? Let me tell you who has the bag. AJ had the bag.
The dude he get ready to fight. So again, he's giving him all these accomplishments. He's not marketable. He's not marketable. I mean, you got to think of something to make fight, to promote a fight around him. You literally got to do it. This dude is.
You're really sounding like a casual right now. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm sounding like somebody that understands this dude is not the bag, bro. I'm not paying for no pay-per-views that he on.
You're sounding like someone whose first time watching boxing was Mayweather versus Pacquiao.
Okay, Jeff, you're an American. Am I not? Are you not? I'm an American. You're an American.
Mm-hmm.
If you over here and you see Usyk, world champion, fighting Joe Blow, are you giving $100 to that?
No.
Exactly.
But that's
so
not
he's
my
not the bag, bro. So he's not the entire package. He's not the entire package.
Wait. Since
but
when
Hall of Fame the topic though?
But since when is
that's
money?
Part of boxing, bro.
Since when does money equate to ability?
That
Since
gets
when
you
does
in the Hall
money
of Fame,
equate
though?
to ability? Money doesn't
is
equate.
It not part of the character?
Wait, no, Jeff, let me kill it. Who's pound for pound number one, Blunt?
Boots Ennis.
How much pay-per-views has he sold?
That don't matter. We talking pure
No.
Hey,
How much pay-per-views has he sold? How much pay-per-views has he sold?
The future of the pay-per-view, baby. The future of the payper-view. We know that come summer 2022, it's gonna be a done data. We already know what that is, bro. When you I'm just saying.
Cool, bro. I got you.
I'm just saying, you know Usyk is not that guy, bro. You're not putting Usyk up on no marquee trying to put no damn neon lights around it, and it's gonna sell.
It's one rule for one, another rule for another. That's what I'm realizing.
Shane, you've been hanging around me too long, setting traps and ditches like that, man. You dead wrong for that, bro. You dead wrong for that, man.
What?
You dead wrong. Shane dead wrong, and that's something I would have said. Yeah, you walk right into that one, Vlog. You walk right into that one.
No. Bro,
that's a Jeff move. I'm not gonna lie. That's what Jeff would do.
Yeah, that's definitely a move I would have made. But the
the
thing is, I can see it coming because he knew he was gonna say Boots, and then it was like boom.
Boots is a different element of boxing. Boots is the pureness of boxing,
bro. But
Usyk is a flash fan of boxing.
But Vlog, you have to separate. I'm not even gonna say you have to, but in terms of your personal preference, we know Usyk is not your personal preference. Like we know that. So if you can put that.
Don't say that. Don't put that out to the world. I like Usyk, man.
At times, y'all got a Jekyll and Hyde relationship, man. Y'all got a Jekyll and Hyde relationship, man. Sometimes you like him, sometimes it's Lance Armstrong and all that other stuff. It depends on what day I talk to you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I know your boy had to get the mask after that fight, chasing that motherfucker. Chisora was out there with the mask.
But the thing is, it's for you to leave him. So under that scenario, if you leave him out of your Hall of Fame voting, all I'm saying is there's a lot of other guys that's in the Hall of Fame that's done way less.
Yep.
That's done way less. Yep. And that's really the only point I'm trying to make. That's really the only point. I'm not saying no ditches and nothing like that.
Let's be honest. Is the Hall of Fame truly solely about belts, accomplishment, amateur this, amateur that? Or is the Hall of Fame about a totality of boxing?
You know what? That's a good question. There are some people that's in the Hall of Fame.
So what do you expect?
I feel you. To some people, right? Part of them being in the Hall of Fame is because of the impact. Part of it is because of the impact they've had on the sport, boxing as a sport, within the era, things like that. Prime example, Arturo Gatti is in the Hall of Fame.
Bro, this is how me and you were gonna. Yeah, I was just about to say Arturo Gatti.
Arturo Gatti is in the Hall of Fame. And to be honest with you, he was an average fighter. He was an average fighter with a $1 billion heart and determination, and he put his stamp on an era. And then on top of that, he was one of the guys of that era because it was guts and glory. It wasn't because of
Skill.
skill. So that's one. So that's one example
hold
for you.
Now, can I do a little G5 on you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying about Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
When you're telling me there's something about, just like you said, about he's bringing heart in, that's something nobody else has done. What is Usyk that you're telling me Usyk is really bringing to the game that
I can answer
nobody
that. I can answer that.
Let me.
Go on, Jeff.
I got you. So, is it a case by case thing in terms of Hall of Fame? Yes. The people that there's people that are in the Hall of Fame, partially because of their impact, but let's be clear, they're in the minority. They're in the minority. The majority of the people that's in the Hall of Fame
It's down to
is
accomplishment.
accomplishments and in ring skill and accomplishments throughout the course of their career. And there's some isolated people here and there that are in it for reasons, not only that, but other reasons as well, in terms of impact and things like that. In terms of there's a lot of guys that's Hall of Fame or should be in the Hall of Fame, and they ain't sold a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Just all the top of the dome. Me personally, Kevin Kelly is Kevin Kelly. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. He wasn't no bag. He wasn't no bag. He was respected in the boxing streets, but he wasn't no bag. Usyk is respected in the boxing streets, but he's not a bag.
I gotta disagree with you on the Kevin Kelly thing, man. Kev was on HBO a few times, so
That was because of his opponents.
But I was about to say the same thing. Usyk's been on pay-per-view a few times. That's because of his opponent.
That's why I'm trying to tell you. That's a back. It just draws it back for me because he's not the draw. So that's
Kevin Kelly wasn't evil. Kevin Kelly wasn't evil. Kevin Kelly wasn't evil.
That's my point.
His style was the draw.
No, his style was not the draw, bro. The only time he was in a huge fight, his biggest fight was against Prince Nassim.
You telling me the leave it all out era that he was from, the leave it all in the ring era that he was from, wasn't part of the draw, wasn't part of the reason you put him in the ring.
No,
with Prince Nassim.
No, what I'm saying is I'm bringing it in your context. You say, is he the bag? I ain't letting you get out of that. You say this. You say the fighters, is he the bag? Kevin Kelly's never walked in the ring and he was the bag.
Never.
All right. Never. I mean, well, they don't come find you if you don't make the bag, because again, HBO was about matchups because it wasn't a pay-per-view thing. So you had to have the right matchup to get the odds in.
But Vlog, I'm going off of your definition of the bag. I'm going off your definition. That's why I'm saying I'm being nice today. I'm not flipping your words, none of that. I'm going off of your definition of the bag. A guy walks into a fight. You know what I'm saying?
It's a hard era to judge, though. That's a hard era.
I agree, because HBO was technically the pay-per-view. HBO was the pay-per-view in a sense.
Yeah, so
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Go ahead, Shane.
I mean, y'all bringing me.
Gary Russell Jr. versus Mark Magsayo, January 22nd. What happened to Ray Vargas, bro? What happened to Ray Vargas?
Yo, hold on. Listen, hey, L-Dub, man. Now I can get him on the channel. He officially has a fight. I will interview that man now. I'll interview him now.
Beethoven Boxing.
Shout out to Beethoven Boxing. I don't think I ever seen him.
I've never seen him before. Or you playing piano with boxing gloves or something like that?
You stupid. Go ahead, Shane.
Not to be disrespectful or anything, but Shane is right. BoxingFirst Vlog does sound like. Can I answer? Boxing, he's just trolling. He's not a casual. He's a hardcore. He's trolling because he knows that it will round me up. He's not a casual at all. He's far from a casual.
Yo, he's not a casual. Like, not at all.
He don't know me like that.
He's not a casual. He's just trolling. This is what he does.
How long would you listen to three dudes that agreed on every single fucking topic said about boxing? Come on, bro. There's got to be a little bit of back and forth, Mr. Beethoven Boxing, just to give it some for you dudes in the chat to be like, you know what, he wrong, he right, whoop-de-whoop. And I'm still standing on where I'm at, though. I'm still standing at, I ain't got him walking him into the Hall of Fame just yet. So easy with the casual shit, and the casuals make the game go round, baby.
No, that's a fact.
But Vlog ain't no casual.
The boringest live would be just me and Jeff agreeing with everything, because me and Jeff have the exact same mind.
Yeah. I
And if
Blunt
you
is the
know
X
anything
factor.
about me, I think different, bro. That's why I stayed alive all these years, because I think different.
Hall of
Move
Fame
different.
is for people who made their mark on boxing history. Don't have to be the best boxer to be on there. Yeah, that's a
I
fact.
agree with that. I agree with
That's
that.
why, see, Willie, that's where it makes me think when I say the bag, when I say a marketable fighter, things like that. That's still part of the whole conglomerate of making it to the Hall of Fame. Like, are you a Ricardo Mayorga? Are you somebody that was like, what's the boy with all the outfits from back in the day? Goddamn, Macho Man.
Camacho.
Camacho,
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 like that.
Camacho.
That shit was that character who wasn't the greatest boxer. He had a nice style, but just everything he brought to the ring, you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
His region, he brought those sort of fans. So if you're bringing something to the game that I'm thinking Usyk really isn't bringing, like I think that hurts you. You
You know
understand what
what?
I'm
I
saying?
read this
You're
and got
supposed to be
excited.
the number one guy on the planet. The heavyweight champion is the number one guy on the planet. Even in the UFC circles, the boxing heavyweight champ is the fucking number one guy on the planet.
I read this, got excited, and then I realized it was Gary Russell. What are we gonna wait 5 years for this fight? He's gonna fight Magioso, and then all of a sudden Ray Vargas
Yo,
is gonna be waiting 5 years.
yo,
I thought it
Gary
was gonna be
Russell got to fight. He got to fight him and Ray Vargas in the same night,
same
yo.
same
He
night.
got to fight him in the same night.
Y'all,
Yeah, he got to fight him in the same night, man.
hey, L, I gotta defend Gary Russell.
Nah,
I think
bro.
Don't you do it.
I think him being quiet. This is my defense, not him getting out that limelight of a mumble mouth and just kind of talking his way through this hiatus. I think that's a good thing. He might be actually working on the craft in you know what I mean, behind the scenes. So I just that aspect of it, and then L bringing us the news makes me reinforce that sort of mindset.
Now I get you. I just want to see Ray Vargas versus Gary Russell Jr. That's all I really
At
wanted to see.
this
The fact
time,
that
bro, you can't. You 3 years, bro. You can't jump in the deep end like
That's
that,
his
man.
fault. And he a
that's his
champion.
fault.
And he a
Yeah, bro,
champion.
you gotta take the temperature. You gotta put your big toe in and check the temperature of the water, man. You know what I mean? See where the current going.
Not when you got a belt on your waist and you testing the water. Hell
But the
no.
champ get to make moves like that. If you
I
fucking with Jose Suleiman and them, you get to make moves like that. I told you
nigga said Jose Suleiman.
he's sleeping with
Y'all love
somebody.
vlog, man.
You said he's
Man.
sleeping with someone. He must be.
Yeah, for sure. Willie G said Macho Man, Hector Camacho. Yep.
Wait, can we actually have a breath of Dylan White is actually gonna get a title shot? Can you believe it?
Hey, hold on. Don't speak too fast. We are talking about Mr. Shenanigans here. I can see a possible delay or two dealing with Fury. It looks like it. It looks like it. I hope it happens.
Can we talk outcome? Can we talk outcome?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Kick it off, vlog.
I got it like the numbers 65-35 fight. Fury size is just something that's just gonna be hard to overcome. And again, Dillian Whyte has not always been the smartest fighter in through his bouts. We seen him get clipped by old Povetkin, and you could get clipped by Big Fury too. So I'm just saying, I need a very intelligent round to round, stay ahead in the moment, and not getting too cocky, and just whatever game plan they can develop. Like you guys said, stay down low, hit that hip, hit them elbows, hit them, you know what I mean? Hit that back if you have to, you know what I mean? Keep it chippy, but make it build up. It might not be adding up as points wise, but it's going to have to wear the big man down somehow, maybe where you can catch him not moving out the back door as fast with an overhand. So I still give Fury the edge, though, just because he's so fucking big, man. Goddamn 400 pounds, man. Just saying. I know he ain't 400 pounds, but he a big ass motherfucker.
Yeah, he's big. I mean, you gotta give the edge to Tyson. You gotta give the favorite to Tyson Fury. Definitely, just the much better boxer. I feel like where Dylan has ways in which he can win is, for one, as Blunt said, he goes to the body as good as probably any other heavyweight in the division. So he's got to target the body from the jump, really target the body. I feel like the one thing that he has to get Fury doing is actually fighting him. If Fury decides to go on that bike and just box behind the stick, he's gonna have a long night because Dylan Whyte doesn't have good feet. He don't cut off the ring roll, and he just doesn't have the like foot speed to actually get in range. But if he can get Tyson Fury coming at him and they get that fight in the middle of the ring and they're swinging out in the middle of the ring, Dylan Whyte does have the punch variety and he's active enough in which he can actually score points. And down the stretch, it might have an effect. I just feel like Tyson Fury is very crafty, where he's gonna do a lot of Another thing is Tyson Fury can't tie up as much as he done against Wilder because Dylan Whyte is actually really good at tying up as well. He knows how to distribute his weight. Maybe not, so he's heavier than he's not going to be heavier than Tyson Fury, but he's heavy. He's strong enough and physically powerful enough to where Tyson Fury isn't just ragdolling him around. He just has to try and make the fight all about hands. Because if the fight's all about hands, he's got a real good chance. Because I think he's probably got. You could argue that he has probably better hands than Tyson Fury.
Jeff, put when you do your breakdown, put where you think conditioning for both guys will come into play enough.
You read my mind, bro. You read my mind, man. Read my mind.
It's me, baby.
I think Dillian Whyte needs to come in the best shape of his life, and I'm talking about. I think he needs to come in lighter than he usually does. I don't need to see Dillian Whyte in the 260s, high 250s. I don't need that from Dillian Whyte because when he comes in at those weights, his hands is sloppy and he gets away with it because of the opponents. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Dillian Whyte come in at about maybe 250 flat, even if I can get a mid 240s toned up. I think that'd be great for Dillian Whyte because his weight controls his hands. If you notice all his fights, when he come in super heavy, his hands ain't crisp. When he coming in like ready in shape, he got some of the best hands in the heavyweight division. So, Vlog, to go to your point, his conditioning is key. I'm gonna know during weigh-in whether he got a shot or not.
That is a fact. You need to see the weigh-in.
I need to see the weigh-in because I might, if he's on some Dunkin' Donut Krispy Kreme type shit, then I already know what time it is. I'm like, Fury's gonna win that fight. If Dillian Whyte is in shape, ready to go, I would give him like a 40% shot. Give him like a 40% shot. I think it's very important.
Also say this, it's very important that Dylan Whyte finds a way to win the mental battle before the fight as well, because Tyson Fury plays a lot of mind games with his opponents. He plays mind games with Wilder, played mind games with Klitschko.
Bro, he's got to find that's where I think, Shane, I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit. I think they both so mentally strong that that's one of them that won't come into play.
No, can I tell you why it will? Just from the perspective of he needs to get Tyson Fury brawling. You can't get Tyson Fury on his bicycle. If Tyson Fury comes in passive and just runs around the ring, Dylan Whyte won't catch him. He just won't catch him and he'll lose 12-0 because he just won't get close enough. He needs to get underneath Tyson Fury's skin to the point where Tyson Fury's thinking about, I need to knock this guy out.
You know what? Go ahead, Vlog. Go ahead.
Real quick, just to rebut that a little bit, I think you can do that inside the ring more than you can with the verbal wordplay. When you're both good at it, when you're both good at the mental back and forth, because we know Dillian Whyte loves the camera. So that said. We know Fury loves the camera. Enough said. If you're both good at that, and what you're saying needs to take place to get in his head, you're going to have to do it physically by your fighting style. So I think that's something he's going to have to accomplish in the ring. Shoot shot, Jeff.
Okay. No, that's actually not a bad point. That's actually not a bad point at all. I think with Fury, I look at the last fight he had with Wilder, and I mean there was nothing technical about it. It was a firefight. I think even the second fight with Wilder, he wasn't necessarily disciplined because he didn't have to be, because he had Wilder hurt and he was kind of just teeing off. So we haven't seen Fury actually technically sound since the first Wilder fight, and he got knocked down twice being technically sound. All right, so it's been a while since we seen Tyson Fury actually technically sound and effective. So do I think Dillian White need to get underneath of Tyson Fury's skin? Yes, I do, but I do think Tyson Fury is going to help him out. I don't think he's going to be as technically sound as he could be, and he's going to leave some openings for Dillian White in this fight. That's why I think it's very, very, very important. I think the biggest thing in this fight is what kind of shape is Dillian White going to be in, and that's going to tell me the
But
whole
even
story.
the truth is, just even if he's in good shape, if Tyson Fury decides to box using lateral movement, he still beats Fury. Yeah, I
He
mean, Fury
does.
still
That's
beats
what I'm
him.
saying.
Fury still beats White.
When is the last time? When is the last time you've seen him do that and not get in trouble? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been
A while.
years. It's been years
Yeah.
since he's done that. So we're asking him because even in the Otto Wallen fight, he wasn't necessarily
Nah,
disciplined. So
nah.
we're asking him to do something. So you know how we, Shane, you know how we do. We're
Yeah.
asking somebody to do something that they either haven't done in a long time or they're not used to doing.
Do you
So this
think
is
he's
something
consciously made that adjustment, or do you think time has just caught up with him?
I think is a little bit of
That
both.
that leads me to this question: will we see either dude get old in this fight? Like, I mean, we both know when you on the other side of 35 in boxing, you know, you consider the old man. So with
The
Fury,
most likely person to see get old in this fight is Fury, because Dylan White's already had an old man style his whole life. He's never been athletically gifted. So
Yeah,
what else? How else old is he gonna be? I mean, this nigga had an old man style from the start.
I think I agree. Because with Fury, and the thing is, Fury has been though, like I said, those three fights with Wilder
Plus the drugs, plus the
plus the
drink,
drugs.
plus
Yeah,
the
that's a lot.
inactivity.
That's tax. That is very taxing on the body.
Well,
And
question:
yes,
Dylan White hasn't fought since March. If the fight happens in March, that's a long time out of the ring.
yeah, but a guy like Dillian White, though, his style don't change no matter how long he's been out the ring. He's still gonna fight like that old ass dude. He fight
Yeah.
like that old dude. He remind a vlog. He remind you of that old head that's on the basketball court that just be getting buckets on everybody, but he play the same against everybody.
with his
Like
tennis
that's
shoes
Dillian
on.
White. Yeah, with his
Yeah.
tennis shoes on and like he the type that got on Adidas sneakers and like Nike shorts and like Reebok socks. Like you know what I mean, he that guy. You know what I'm saying? So is like I don't think the layoff is gonna really affect him. I think
Do you think Dylan White has to fight dirty in this fight? Like punch low,
absolutely,
punch behind the
absolutely,
head.
absolutely,
That's what I said.
absolutely.
His fight style to me has to play more of a mental game. Like,
I get what you mean. No,
gotta
I knew
make
what you
sure
meant. I
Facts.
knew what
he's
you
fine.
meant.
Like, and
I
another
agree.
way to do that, catch him early. You catch him early, you can frustrate Fury. You can get him mad enough where he'll want to commit too much to a certain combination, and next thing you know, you counter punch him with the right shot, and you can probably get him up out of there.
And
Because
he got to do.
if he can get Fury, if he can fight good on the back foot against an advancing Fury, that's another advantage to him. Like
The
if
re-
he,
the
like
the
you see
re-
what I'm saying? Like if you frustrate Fury where you want him coming forward, trying to reach for you, you know what I mean? Putting that stiff arm out, you able to get the range right and counter that stiff arm. You know what I mean? You know how Fury do. He try to
if
grab
Fury's
you
fighting on the front foot and Dylan's fighting on the back foot, I'm not confident, but I give Dylan White a much better chance. The reason why is because Fury's not good enough to avoid Dylan White's hands when he's coming forward. He's not that great of a transition of a fighter.
Yes.
If Dylan White, if Fury's
exactly.
in reverse the whole fight, Dylan White's gonna struggle.
Exactly,
Fury,
because Fury is more defensive backwards.
yeah.
But
No, I agree.
Fury
I'm
is
saying
not
it to agree.
reactionary going forward. He's not
Yeah.
reactionary good. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
get him committed to one of them lazy 1-2 joints and you get him in between off the back foot with a nice little overhand and you still tuck with a guard, and oh man, that could be a KO shot.
That's how he knocked down Parker. Literally caught him when he was on the back foot. He caught that shot bang with the left foot, and Parker went down. In fact, that's how he knocked out Chisora as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. You want to frustrate Fury by fighting, like we said, Chippy. Get him with some elbows inside. Tie that arm up. Yank that shoulder a little bit. Do some of these things.
Yeah, Blunt, could you imagine if Tyson Fury starts complaining to the ref? Him of all people. Him of
He ain't gonna get the call over there. I don't think he's gonna get the call. I think he's still a fan. Like the fans like him over there, but he's the bad guy still. Like I think he's just the bad guy.
The institution hate him though. The institution hates Fury. Trust me.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. He's like the fans may like him, but the system, like you don't talk so much trash. You know with the MTK people, all of that nonsense and the street shit. You know,
he said a lot of stuff about gay people as well that got people upset as well. I don't know if you know that.
I'm just saying, well, he kissing dudes in the ring, so
I
find that interesting.
Yeah, the Rainbow Coalition gonna be on his ass, man.
You know, like bro.
Listen.
As Dave kissing dudes in the ring, but
as Dave Chappelle said, the alphabet people.
Yeah, the alphabet boys for sure. Beethoven Boxer said, "My bad, bro. I thought you were implying European fighters were not good just because they have not fought Americans." Willie G says Fury wins.
What this should finish off. I just meant like add something for me. Just give me a little something.
He just wanted to add something to the resume. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah. Padman McGriff in the building said, fellas, how are you all? Greetings from your boy Pat Mayer from Vegas. Most respectful, all of you. Appreciate you, good brother. Hold on. Willie G. I think Fury Usyk may happen first. Yeah, if AJ get this $40 million, he wanted it all ones too. He going right to the strip club.
Him and AB will be at the bar.
Yeah, straight to the shakies.
Does Fury Usyk do enough to make that 40 million just a smash in the pan, like just a splash in the pan?
Even if it went to Saudi, the 40 million don't make sense. Even if they went to Saudi, the 40 million.
Bro, they would have to reincarnate Muhammad Ali to make that money.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's too much. If it was like 10 million, cool, but not no 40. Chris G in the building, he said, I don't know why Gary Russell still has a title. Wish the WBC would strip him. Now, you know, Chris, the one thing I will say, we always say on the channel, and I think Vlog and Shane says this equally. They don't like when guys be holding up to the division.
Facts.
He's been holding up the division for a very, very long time. Very long time. He's been holding it up for a real long time, man. And it pains me to say it because he's one of my favorites to watch inside of the ring.
Everybody's one of your favorites. How much people have you said is one of your favorites in the last week?
How many have I said?
You must have said it about 50 times, bro.
With who?
I don't remember.
Hey, that's that ESPN anchoring him. You know what I mean? You know how to anchor everybody good. That's the best quarterback they ever seen. Yeah, that's Jeff.
Well, listen, but y'all can't give me no names though.
I can't remember because you said it so often.
Yo, if you said 50 names and you can't give me one, then you wrong. I'm being falsely accused.
Bro, I'm gonna watch a couple of these lives back. I'm lying.
You come back to me with a couple names.
But the next time you say it, next time you say it, bro, I'm gonna pull you up.
I probably will say it again. I'll be mindful of it. But Gary Russell's talented inside the ring, man. But I'm like, if you don't see him in the ring actually working, you kind of just lose interest. Like, you cold. He ain't been hot in these streets since. God damn, he ain't been hot in these streets. I'm talking like in the ring, like since Lomachenko. That's the last time he was hot in these boxing streets.
JoJo.
He wasn't even hot for the JoJo fight. He wasn't hot in them streets for the JoJo fight. JoJo was the one that was hot in the streets.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bro. He's been like, if you remember, this dude came out the amateurs so highly touted. So highly touted. Who would have thought this nigga's career would have turned out like this? Blunt, does he get into the Hall of Fame?
No. He would have to go on 6-8 fight major name run.
Within how many years? 60 years, 70 years, 50
No,
years? How many years?
no, I'm saying like if he went from right now, because he still got a few. I think he got 7 years, good, solid boxing years left. You could get 6 solid fights in and put yourself on track because he still has skills. We haven't
So you
seen him,
want him to have one fight a year for the next 7 years?
but I'm based on PBC and how they move. So just based on that, if you could line him up, you might be able to backdoor him in. You know what I mean? Especially if he has
only one. Sorry.
Hold on. Especially if he has like a career. Okay, I'm at this division. I held the belt 6, 7, 8 years on some Bernard Hopkins type shit. I think you could get it that way, but it would have to be solid names.
Why do PBC hold their fighters?
I can answer that. I can answer that. PBC, when they first started, right? They have it's great for the fighters, but it's not great for the long term. They were paying guys $1 million, 1.5 to fight the trash man to collect Blunt's trash for every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And they were consistently giving those guys bags for years. And what happens is you pay somebody 1.5 to fight the trash man, and then a legit fight comes up, you done spoiled the fighter. So now the fighter like, okay, well, I want 4 million to fight this dude because you paid me 1.5 to fight the trash man. So a lot of times what happens is these guys are on the shelf. So basically, I'll be like, you know what? I can guarantee you 1.5 this year, but it's only going to be one fight and it's going to be against a bump. And that's what happens a lot of the time. So now, since he's lost money consistently every single year, and I'm talking hedge fund money and all of that, now he wants these guys to get in the ring for regular price, more market value than he did 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and now these guys are sitting. These guys are sitting, bro. They sitting.
I see it like this with those guys. They're getting a certain amount of money from that Walt Disney Corporation to promote the fights. They done took theirs off the top already from the original deal, from the refinance deal. They always doing that. What's left over is a certain amount to promote a certain many amount of fights a year. They've already paid the fighters that money, so there's just less to actually pay for commercial time for people to buy commercial to make money off the fight, because these industries, these people have to buy commercial time from you. So if the game is fickle and things ain't right, you might have to go back in the till and spend money, but you already took that out as profit.
It depends on your location.
I think they fucked the budget up.
Yeah, it depends on. It's a good point. It depends. I'm gonna tell you where that does apply and where it doesn't apply. That exact explanation is when they had fights on Fox. Like when they had fights on NBC and all of that. Remember that vlog? They had fights on NBC. So they were paying for the time slot. Like they was literally paying for the time slot. So in that situation, yeah, the marketing bag might have been screwed up. They got to get people to actually pay for those commercial slots, things like that. So that in that aspect, yes, that'll be 100% true. If we're talking Showtime, that commercial stuff and all that stuff is already built in.
Yeah.
That's already built in. So it really depends on the platform.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if they've based a certain group of fighters for the PBC platform and misbudgeted that platform, wouldn't that affect the Showtime platform? You see what I'm saying? Just the misbudget at any point of the original deal between Showtime.
They got 3 different budgets. So like if it's a Fox deal, they got a Fox budget. If it's Showtime, they got a Showtime budget. But the budget that they use to actually pay these dudes is that hedge fund. It's the hedge fund that the deals that they have with the networks and all that, those are like other deals. But when PBC first started, they was paying all their fighters through that hedge fund. And what was happening is with that hedge fund, every single year they was killing it. But Al Heyman, he doesn't care because he gets 15% of whatever the hedge fund is. It doesn't matter if he loses it or not. He gets 15% regardless. So he's always going to be rich. He's the only person that's guaranteed a victory every time. Guaranteed a W every single time. That's
It's
why he's Al
almost
Hammond.
that Don King sort of scenario. Go in with the champ. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying? Leave
done.
out with the champ, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but Don King took the piss. Don
Yeah,
King, Don King took it too far.
Don King, man,
Don
he
King had niggas signing contracts with no money on it and saying he'll fill it in later.
I mean,
yeah,
but I'm just saying that's almost kind of what PBC is doing to the networks to a certain extent because they're not fulfilling their end of putting the cards together. You see what I
I
mean?
agree.
Having these fights already prearranged. Like when you sign your fighter, you telling them, look, bro, I need you 4 times this year.
Yeah, I
Him
agree with
saying,
that.
him saying to you, okay, well, the deal was 20 mil, 4 fights, regardless of who the competition is. So he's pre-committed. These dudes with this fight to fight shit is some bullshit, bro. So I don't
But it,
know. We need to know more about the deals for the top tier guys for a
an
champ like
example of
PBC.
that is what Top Rank's done with Navarrete, which is a dude who's probably, even because of how low his guarantee is, he's been able to stay so active. So let's say Jeff was talking about this hedge fund that he's talking about. When you can pay that just straight off the muscle, because you have a fighter whose guarantee up front was so small, you can make them active. When you got a dude's guarantee 5 times that amount, you're thinking, I have to use this guy sporadically because I can't be paying this dude so much off the muscle.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I agree with both of you guys, and I'll just give you some examples to kind of support both of your points.
Well, I'm gonna have to jump off, you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna
man,
get
I'm
off in a
gonna
minute
get up out of
anyway.
here too, bro.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what? Listen, we gonna close it right there. We done did an hour and a half, man. Give me your social media, Shane. We can close it out
I
right there.
I'm Shane the number one.
Hey, vlog, give me your social media, baby.
Boxing number 1 STVOL. I mean
You
V
done misspelled your
on
own shit.
Instagram. Hold on, shut up, man. You always be fucking me up because I be having to do the whole spiel and I'm still getting used to this shit, man.
I'm
I'm coming
sorry,
at
bro. I'm
you, nigga.
Nigga
sorry.
said VOL.
Yeah, man. Hold up, man. Shut the fuck up. Y'all be killing me. Anyway, I'm on Instagram, man. Boxing number 1 STVLOG vlog. Hit me up on G5JeffTV.com. Got another banging article coming out here soon. Fuck with the fantasy fight league, all of that, man. We just active, bro. And obviously you see I'm on YouTube, Boxing First Vlog. Got another banger hitting gems coming at y'all real soon. So stay tuned. Anyway, man, I'm all over the place. And I'm on Twitter, Boxing First Vlog, as you see it on your shoot your shit, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, G5JeffTV. Go to G5JeffTV.com. Go register for the Fantasy Prediction League. $500 to the winner of the league, a championship belt. It could be possibly $600 if you get my man Vlog up to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And my man Boxing Lowdown. Big shout out to Boxing Lowdown. Go check out my man Boxing First Vlog's articles on G5JeffTV.com. Eventually, Shane and I will be adding to the collection, but
Yeah,
Vlog
I'm
is the
just
only
so
one.
busy,
This
bro.
Vlog is the only one holding it down right now, and I got to give him much props for that. But listen, man, this was episode 32 of the Goodfellas podcast, man. On behalf of Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, and my man VP Shane, G5JeffTV. We see y'all tomorrow.